The final and probably most disregarded of the camera angle parameters is point of view, or the orbital position that the camera is placed around a subject within a scene. The orbital position establishes the camera's and therefore the audience's point of view relative to the subject of interest in the shot, whether that's from a third-person point of view where the camera is pointed at the subject, or a first-person subjective point of view where the camera takes on the perspective of the subject. The first of the third-person point of views is a front angle shot, where the camera is obviously placed facing the front of the subject or subjects in the scene. When framed wide, front shots can be used to showcase a large group of people, for action shots, or to establish where a character is coming from, or maybe even what is happening behind them at any given moment. When framed as a close-up, front shots are commonly used to highlight specific details, actions, emotions, and/or facial expressions of a character. Marvel, for example, does a great job using them for Iron Man's HUD shots to help us focus on his expressions and to keep us locked into his world.
Me?
And just like high and low shots, front shots are often paired with back shots when the story needs more context. A side angle or profile shot is when the camera is placed facing the side of someone or something. Profile shots are an interesting choice for any interaction between characters, be it a face-to-face conversation, two characters kissing, a stare down, or even a full-blown confrontation or fight.
I don't think you recovered from Rachel's death.
Side shots are also often used to show characters walking, and tend to imply that they might have been walking for a long time and/or have a long journey ahead, especially when they're framed really wide, with the subjects traveling in the distance. On the other hand, when framed as a close-up, profile shots tend to show characters in agony or in a pensive moment, likely paired with a subtle gaze into the distance. Next, we have angled shots, which is where you offset the position of the camera, either off to the left or to the right of your subject, and/or at an angle within the room or environment you're filming in. Composing your shot at an angle helps to create depth in the scene, achieve balance within the frame, and provide context between subjects. These elements of composition are important whether you're filming a fight scene, a chase scene, or even just a scene with people talking to each other. Dialogue scenes are undoubtedly one of the most common scenarios where you will see angled shots in film. Filming a conversation at an angle, like this over-the-shoulder shot, not only shows how the characters are physically positioned in the scene, but it also helps direct your character's eye line comfortably off to the side of the frame, rather than towards the camera, even when you cut in closer for your single shots.
Stop looking at me, Swan!
The fourth and final third-person point of view is the back angle, where the camera is pointed at the back of a subject. But while filming from behind will sometimes just showcase the backside of an object to provide detail or for a creative look, they are mostly utilized and effective at putting the audience at the same vantage point as the character. Back angles that are filmed for this purpose can be framed a bit tighter, as an over-the-shoulder or as what's known as an over-the-head, which gives the viewer the sensation they are looking in on the scene with the foreground characters, but they can also be filmed wider, where we would once again consider the subject a part of the scene. When shots that are filmed from behind include multiple characters who remain visible on the screen, it is implied that they have a joint point of view, as long as they're sharing the same perspective of the events that are unfolding in the scene. If you got something out of this video, make sure to drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you next time.